Mike Tyson, also known as Iron Mike, is one of the legendary boxers in the world boxing history, with 50 wins to his name, out of which 44 came by knockout. However, unlike his successful boxing career, he had to learn many lessons before making a stable fortune for himself. In 2003, Mike Tyson was declared bankrupt, and from being a multimillionaire to a bankrupt boxer, he had to learn how to manage his wealth the hard way. The 53-year-old boxer, who took retirement in 2005, recently announced his comeback with an exhibition fight against the American YouTuber and influencer Logan Paul. Let's take a look at Mike Tyson's most ridiculous purchases he has made throughout his career and after. Ohio Mansion. Mike Tyson, who currently resides in a $2.5 million mansion nicknamed Henderson Home, purchased his Ohio mansion for $300,000 at a sheriff's sale in 1989. This 58-acre Ohio mansion is located in Southington and measures 19,500 square feet. Mike Tyson owned this mansion for 10 years before selling it. It has 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, and the new owners plan to convert it into a church. Tyson's name is still inscribed on the tiger cages and basketball courts. The house has its own sauna, and his name is still on the front iron gates, at least for the time being. Pet tigers. Of course, if you're going to have tiger cages in your house, you'll need tigers to fill them. Mike Tyson owned 3 Bengal tigers in the 1980s and 1990s, which he kept at his Ohio mansion. These tigers have appeared in several films, and one of them is said to have knocked out one of his gold teeth during a game. Due to their size and the amount of food they required, the tigers, which are rumored to have cost around $70,000 each, are thought to have cost Tyson up to $60,000 to feed. He had to pay $125,000 a year for an animal trainer to look after them whenever he was in Las Vegas. Gold bathtub. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of giving your wife a gift? Mike Tyson gave his now ex-wife a 24-karat gold bathtub as a gift. The bathtub, which cost him a record $2.2 million, is speculated to have been in one of the many mansions he owned before filing for bankruptcy protection in 2005. We've all heard of gold toilets, so I suppose this is an upgrade, but who wouldn't want to bathe in a gold tub anyway? Cannabis farm. Mike Tyson appears to have taken up marijuana farming with the purchase of a plot for an undisclosed price, which is one of his more recent purchases. The 40-acre site will be home to upscale glamping campgrounds and cabins, as well as an amphitheater. The marijuana will be grown on half of the property, while the other half will be used for a hydro feed plant and supply store, an extraction facility, and edible factory. Mike will be able to use the ranch, which is located near Edwards Air Force Base, to improve research into the plant's medical properties. Jewelry collection. Mike Tyson used to have a sizable jewelry collection before filing for bankruptcy, which resulted in much of it being auctioned off to pay off debts. A diamond watch, a bracelet, and 2 pocket watches were among the more interesting items in the collection. You might be wondering what the total cost of all of these items is. Well, Graff Diamonds is thought to have settled the total bill for around £426,000. Tyson is believed to own 2 more watches, each worth around £185,000. Car collection. When it came to high-end automobiles, Mike Tyson preferred Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, and Ferrari. Tyson, who was only 22 years old at the time, had 4 Rolls-Royces in his garage, each worth over $500,000. Mike Tyson owned a 1994 Lamborghini Super Diablo twin-turbo California Speedster, which is now thought to be one of only 7 in the world, and is worth $150,000 in today's market. He also owned Bentley, Mercedes, Jaguar, Aston Martin cars, which he purchased during his glory days in the 1980s and 1990s. Mike Tyson loved classic cars, and they don't come much more classic than the $200,000 Aston Martin Lagonda. The car had a 5.3-liter dual overhead camshaft V8 engine, producing 280 brake horsepower, a top speed of 149 miles per hour, 240 kilometers per hour, and an acceleration speed of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds. Mike Tyson's Ferrari 456 GT Spider, a slightly more modern car, is estimated to have cost the boxing legend around $90,000. Apart from the F40, it was the most powerful road car ever developed by Ferrari at the time of its development. Something had to give when you're in debt for millions of dollars, including millions owed to the taxman. Unfortunately for him, it was his automobiles, and as a result, his car collection had to be auctioned in order to raise money and pay the taxman. Some of his cars can still be found in celebrity museums today.